Let's get real for a moment. How often have you found yourself on the losing side of attraction, chasing after someone who never quite reciprocated? Maybe you've wondered why some men seem to effortlessly draw women in, while others struggle to get even a spark of interest. If this hits close to home, don't worry, you're not alone. The truth is, most men have been conditioned to believe that winning a woman's attention is all about looks, flashy gestures, or simply being in the right place at the right time. But here's the kicker. Those are misconceptions. In reality, attraction isn't about chasing, it's about creating an environment where she chooses to pursue you. This isn't manipulation, it's about understanding human nature and tapping into the deep psychological and emotional desires that women carry. The key lies in mastering the art of conversation, specifically through 3 secret questions that can completely transform the way a woman perceives you. These questions aren't tricks, they're tools that work, because they align with Stoic principles of self-mastery, authenticity, and meaningful connection. Imagine this. Instead of being the one scrambling for her attention, you're suddenly the man she can't stop thinking about. These questions open doors to deeper emotional connections, intrigue, and genuine curiosity. And by the end of this, you'll have a toolkit so powerful it could change the dynamics of your relationships forever. Ready to shift the game? Let's dive into the first question. 1. The first secret question. Create mystery and anticipation. Mystery is an ancient art. From the allure of unsolved mysteries to the suspense of a thrilling novel, human beings are wired to be drawn to the unknown. When it comes to attraction, the same rule applies. Women are naturally curious creatures, and one of the fastest ways to captivate her interest is by giving her just enough to keep her intrigued, while leaving her wanting more. Here's a scenario. You're sitting across from her, and instead of the usual, predictable small talk, you lean in slightly, lock eyes, and ask with a knowing smile, "Did you know I went through something that completely changed the way I see life? I can tell you, but only if you promise you won't be scared." Pause for a second. Can you feel the weight of those words? They aren't just a question, they're an invitation into a story, a secret world that she suddenly craves to explore. By framing the conversation this way, you're doing something most men fail to do. You're making her invest emotionally. Now let's break down why this works so powerfully. Women are naturally drawn to men who offer more than meets the eye. When you create a sense of intrigue, you're positioning yourself as someone with depth and layers. And here's the key, you're not laying all your cards on the table. You're hinting at a rich inner world without immediately revealing it. I think about this for a moment. How many conversations do you think she's had that follow the same tired script? Where do you work? What do you like to do for fun? They're predictable and often forgettable. But when you ask a question that invites her into a story, something shifts. She starts wondering, what's the story? Why is he different? What could be so profound that it might even scare me? And before she knows it, she's hooked. This aligns with a critical principle in Stoicism: patience and self-control. A Stoic man doesn't rush to impress or reveal everything at once. He understands the power of timing and the value of withholding. He trusts that by maintaining his composure and allowing mystery to unfold naturally, he creates a more profound and lasting impact. Let's pause here. Imagine the effect this has on her. You've now planted a seed in her mind, one that grows with each passing moment. Even after your conversation ends, she's thinking about you. What was that life-changing experience? Why did he want to share it with me? She's emotionally invested, and it's no longer about you chasing her. It's about her pursuing the answers only you can provide. But let's be clear. This question only works if it's delivered authentically. A man who fakes depth or pretends to have life-changing experiences will come across as disingenuous. Women have an uncanny ability to sense when someone isn't being real. So if you're going to wield this question, make sure it reflects something genuine about your journey. It could be a profound moment of personal growth, a challenge you overcame, or a revelation that shaped who you are today. Authenticity, after all, is magnetic. When you combine it with mystery, you create an irresistible force that draws people in. And here's where the magic lies. She begins to associate the sense of excitement and curiosity she feels with you. Every interaction becomes a puzzle she's eager to solve, and the more time she spends trying to uncover the layers of your story, the deeper her emotional connection to you grows. So how do you use this in practice? Start small. The next time you're in a conversation, test the waters with a question that hints at something intriguing about your life. Notice how her body language shifts, how her eyes light up with curiosity. Pay attention to the way she leans in, the subtle signs that she's eager to hear more. And remember, as with all things rooted in Stoicism, the key is balance. You're not playing games, you're cultivating genuine connections through the art of conversation. By mastering this first secret question, you set the stage for a dynamic where she's not just interested, she's actively chasing the answers that only you can provide. Now that you've glimpsed the power of mystery, are you ready to unlock the next secret? It's time to explore the second question, one that taps into the core of human validation and makes her feel uniquely seen and valued. But for now, reflect on this. What's your story, and how will you invite her into it? 2. The second secret question. Trigger validation through depth. If mystery is the hook, validation is the line that reels her in. Let's face it, one of the most profound human desires is to feel seen, understood, and valued for who we truly are. This is where the second secret question shines, and it's a tool so powerful that when used correctly, it can make her feel an emotional connection that others have likely overlooked. Picture this. After you've stirred her curiosity with the first question, you follow up with a statement and question that delves into her unique perspective. You say, "You seem to have a different perspective on things. What do you think makes you see the world differently from others?" In that moment, something magical happens. You're not just asking for her opinion, you're inviting her to reflect on her identity, her uniqueness, and the qualities that set her apart. This isn't flattery, this is validation at its finest. You're showing her that you see beyond the surface, that you're genuinely interested in what makes her her. Why does this work so well? Because most people, frankly, never dig this deep. She's used to hearing generic compliments or surface-level questions. But when you ask her about what makes her different, you're giving her the rare chance to express the thing she values most about herself. Let's pause for a second. Imagine how powerful that feels for her. She starts thinking, he sees something in me that others don't. He's curious about my mind, my experiences, my essence. Suddenly, you're not just another guy, you're the man who makes her feel truly seen. From a psychological standpoint, this taps directly into her need for validation. But unlike the fleeting validation of a compliment on her looks or her outfit, this question provides something deeper and more lasting. You're validating her thoughts, her individuality, and her worldview. And here's where Stoicism once again plays a vital role. As a high-value man rooted in Stoic principles, you're not offering validation out of desperation or to seek approval. Instead, you're doing it from a place of strength and genuine curiosity. You understand that while you cannot control her reactions, you can control how you engage with her. By focusing on what you can control, your authenticity, and the depth of your questions, you naturally create an atmosphere where she feels valued. But there's another layer to this question that makes it incredibly effective. It invites her to open up emotionally. When someone is asked to share what makes them unique, they often reveal stories, beliefs, or experiences that are deeply personal. This vulnerability creates a bond between the two of you, a shared space of trust and connection that most casual conversations never reach. Now think about your past conversations. How often have you created a space where someone felt comfortable enough to reveal their true self? When you ask this question, you're signaling to her that this is a safe, judgment-free zone. And when she feels safe, she'll naturally want to share more, giving you both the chance to deepen your connection. At this point, you might be wondering, how do I keep the balance? How do I validate without overdoing it or making it seem forced? The answer lies in your delivery and your response. After she shares her thoughts, listen attentively. Nod, maintain eye contact, and respond thoughtfully. Instead of jumping in with your own story or steering the conversation back to yourself, take a moment to reflect on what she's said. Then, ask a follow-up question that shows you're truly engaged, like, "That's fascinating. What do you think shaped that perspective?" This not only keeps the conversation flowing, but reinforces the idea that you value her for who she is. And as she opens up, she'll begin to associate those positive feelings, the excitement of being truly understood and appreciated, with you. Let's be clear. This isn't about playing mind games or using clever lines. It's about fostering genuine connections through thoughtful dialogue. When you master this art, you'll find that women naturally gravitate toward you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you're offering them something rare and precious. The gift of being fully seen and heard. So let's bring it back to you. When was the last time you made someone feel truly unique? When did you last validate someone's perspective in a way that made them light up with excitement and confidence? If you haven't tried this approach yet, now is the time. Take this question into your next conversation and watch how the dynamic shifts. And here's the best part. By focusing on her uniqueness, you're also strengthening your own confidence. You're stepping into the role of a man who can connect on a deeper level, someone who isn't afraid to explore the depths of another person's mind. This is the mark of a high-value man, a man who attracts, not chases. Now, before we move on to the final secret question, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me what you think sets you apart. What do you believe makes your perspective unique? And if you've ever used a similar question in your conversations, share your experience. And don't forget to like this video if you're finding these insights valuable, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more transformative content like this. Together, we'll continue to unlock the secrets to becoming the best version of ourselves, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and the art of meaningful connection. Stay tuned, the next question is a game changer. 3. The third secret question. Demonstrate leadership and emotional intelligence. Now that we've explored the power of mystery and the deep connection forged through validation, it's time to delve into the third and final question, the one that cements your position as a leader in her eyes. This question isn't just about sparking her curiosity or making her feel valued. It's about showing her that you are a man of substance, wisdom, and emotional strength. In a world where many people shy away from vulnerability and responsibility, this is your chance to stand out. Imagine this. The conversation has been flowing effortlessly, and she's already intrigued by your layered personality. Then, with a calm and composed demeanor, you ask her, "Have you ever faced a situation where you had to make a tough decision, but you knew it was the right thing to do?" Pause for a moment and reflect on the weight of that question. It's not just small talk. It's an invitation for her to share a moment of courage, vulnerability, or personal growth. This question opens the door to a more profound dialogue, one where you both explore the values and principles that guide your lives. Why is this question so powerful? Because it does three critical things. First, it positions you as someone who values character and integrity. By asking about a tough decision, you're signaling that you face similar situations and emerge stronger. It shows her that you're not afraid of responsibility, that you're a man who stands by his principles, even when the stakes are high. In the realm of attraction, this is gold. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit leadership qualities, not just in their actions, but in their emotional resilience and decision-making. Second, this question encourages her to reflect on her own experiences of growth and perseverance. When she shares these stories with you, she's not just recounting events, she's revealing the parts of herself that she holds most dear, her strength, her values, her wisdom. And as she does, she begins to associate those positive traits with your presence. In her mind, you're not just another conversation partner, you're someone who challenges her to think deeply and reflect on what truly matters. Third, it creates a dynamic of mutual respect. You're not dominating the conversation or seeking to impress her with your stories. Instead, you're demonstrating emotional intelligence by giving her the space to share her journey. This balance between leading and listening is crucial. It shows her that while you're confident and assertive, you're also deeply attuned to her thoughts and feelings. This ties beautifully into the teachings of Stoicism. One of the core tenets of Stoic philosophy is the ability to remain grounded and composed, no matter the external circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In other words, true strength lies in staying true to your principles, regardless of the challenges you face. By asking about tough decisions, you're demonstrating that you understand the value of inner fortitude and moral clarity, qualities that align perfectly with Stoic ideals. Now, let's consider the emotional impact of this question. When she answers, she might share a story of a difficult choice she made, perhaps something that tested her limits or pushed her out of her comfort zone. As she speaks, she's not only reliving those moments, but also feeling the emotions that came with them: pride, relief, perhaps even a sense of triumph. And because you're the one who elicited these feelings, she naturally begins to associate you with that emotional depth. But here's the subtle genius of this approach. You're not just asking about her past decisions, you're also setting the stage for future interactions. By showing that you value integrity and emotional resilience, you're subtly communicating that these are the standards you hold for yourself and those around you. She'll come to see you as a man who leads with wisdom and strength, someone she can rely on and trust. Let's not forget another critical element: vulnerability. By discussing tough decisions, you're touching on moments that may have been challenging or even painful. This shared vulnerability creates a unique bond between you. It's no longer just a conversation, it's an exchange of trust and authenticity. But what about your response? How do you ensure that this question leaves a lasting impression? The key is to listen actively and respond thoughtfully. When she shares her story, acknowledge her courage. You might say something like, "That must have been a difficult choice, but it sounds like you stayed true to what you believed in." That's really admirable. This reinforces the connection and shows that you genuinely value her perspective. However, the power of this question isn't limited to one conversation. Over time, it builds a foundation of respect and emotional connection that sets the tone for your relationship. She'll see you as a man who doesn't shy away from life's complexities, but instead faces them head-on with clarity and purpose. In today's world, where many people are focused on surface-level interactions, this approach sets you apart. You're not just another face in the crowd, you're a leader, a thinker, a man of depth. And in a society that often values instant gratification, your ability to foster meaningful connections rooted in authenticity and stoic strength is both rare and highly attractive. As you continue to navigate your interactions, keep this question in your back pocket. Use it wisely and watch how it transforms the way women respond to you. With each conversation, you're not only building a deeper connection, but also reinforcing the qualities that make you a high-value man. Now that you've mastered the 3 secret questions, it's time to reflect on the journey you've embarked upon. Through mystery, validation, and leadership, you've unlocked the tools to create lasting and meaningful connections. Stay true to these principles, and you'll find that you no longer need to chase. She'll come to you, drawn by the magnetism of your authentic self. At this point, you've unlocked the 3 secret questions that form the foundation of a powerful attraction dynamic. Let's take a moment to reflect on how they work in harmony to shift the way women perceive you, creating a profound and lasting connection. Through the first question, you've mastered the art of mystery and anticipation, drawing her into your world and sparking her curiosity. You've set yourself apart as a man with depth, someone who has lived and learned, and she can't help but want to know more. This intrigue keeps her coming back, mentally replaying your conversations, seeking to uncover the layers of your story. With the second question, you've tapped into the universal need for validation, making her feel seen and understood in a way that few others have. By asking about her unique perspective, you've given her the space to explore her individuality, building a connection that's rooted in genuine appreciation and emotional resonance. It's a reminder that attraction isn't about surface-level charm, but about creating a space where she feels valued for who she truly is. And finally, the third question solidifies your role as a leader with emotional intelligence. By discussing tough decisions and life's pivotal moments, you've shown her that you're a man of character, capable of navigating life's challenges with wisdom and strength. This not only deepens her respect for you, but also fosters a sense of trust and admiration, the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. But this isn't just about winning her over, it's about transforming how you approach every connection in your life. These questions aren't magic spells. They're tools that reflect a mindset grounded in self-awareness, authenticity, and personal growth. And that's where the true power lies. A Stoic's approach to relationships. Let's revisit the guiding principles of Stoicism, which underpin each of these questions. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses, while letting go of what we cannot. This philosophy aligns perfectly with the dynamic of attraction. You can't control how she feels or reacts, but you can control how you present yourself and the quality of your interactions. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you're no longer driven by the need for external validation or the fear of rejection. Instead, you're guided by your inner values and the confidence that comes from knowing your worth. This inner strength not only makes you more attractive, but also allows you to build connections that are authentic and meaningful. Each question serves as a reflection of these Stoic principles. When you create mystery, you're exercising patience and self-mastery, allowing the connection to unfold naturally. When you validate her perspective, you're offering genuine appreciation without seeking anything in return. And when you demonstrate leadership and emotional intelligence, you're embodying the Stoic ideal of living with integrity and purpose. Your next steps. Now that you're equipped with these powerful tools, it's time to put them into practice. Start by reflecting on your own experiences and values. What stories, perspectives, and lessons can you bring to the table? The more self-aware and authentic you are, the more naturally these questions will flow in your conversations. The next time you find yourself in a meaningful interaction, remember the 3 secret questions. Use them to guide the conversation, not as scripted lines, but as genuine expressions of your curiosity and depth. Pay attention to how she responds, how the dynamic shifts, and how the connection deepens. But most importantly, stay true to yourself. Attraction isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming the best version of who you already are. By embracing the principles of Stoicism and focusing on self-improvement, you'll naturally attract the kind of connections that align with your values and aspirations. Final thoughts. Remember, the journey of becoming a high-value man isn't about quick fixes or superficial tricks. It's about cultivating a mindset of confidence, authenticity, and resilience. The 3 secret questions are just the beginning, a gateway to deeper understanding and more fulfilling relationships. Now, it's your turn to take action. Reflect on what you've learned, embrace the power of these questions, and step into every interaction with the quiet confidence of a man who knows his worth. As you do, you'll find that you no longer need to chase. The right connections will naturally gravitate toward you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Here's to mastering the art of connection and embracing the Stoic path to personal and relational excellence.